in Nigeria because of the involvement of the private sector with Goal 6 of MDG. Looking at SDG, how do you see the private sector or the areas you see the private sector getting involved to ensuring that in Anambra, the private sector helps to drive the achievement of SDG? And where do you see the other partners, national government, state government, and the other key stakeholders helping you with that? And I would also like you to tell us your involvement on this development fund that Her Excellency has referred that is available for private sector to key into. Thank you. Let me invite Chief to address that now, please.
Thank you, the moderator. For us in the private sector, I would like to come in on the area of cost of production. As a matter of fact, as I'm speaking with you now, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, our membership list was around 150 members, 150 production factories. But now we have trimmed down to about 75, which is 50% of our members are no more in production. Then why is this so? The reason is cost of production in Anambra State is very, very high. Although this time around we are happy that we have a business-friendly governor. But at the same time,
clap for that, please.
We have a business-friendly governor, no doubt about that. He did very well in many aspects. But the issue of infrastructure is affecting us so much. Take, for instance, we clear all our raw materials from Lagos port. Transporting your goods from Lagos to here is like the amount of money you spend transporting your goods from Lagos to Anambra State is equal to transporting that same container from China to Nigeria.
So what do you propose to be the solution for that for the federal government? Because at the end of the day, the goods are moving from Lagos to Anambra.
Yes.
So very quickly.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
What we're asking for is that you try as much as possible to provide us those infrastructural aspects of production. As I'm talking with you now, the power issue you mentioned earlier is not functional in Anambra State now. At times, you see a production line operating with a 2-3 hours a day power supply. And you can imagine the cost to run 24 hours with your own power.
Can I help you here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ben, as the DG budget, I think you need to find a way of ensuring that some of the challenges are reflected in the 2017-18 budget, because I understand there is a power line that needs to be fixed somewhere in Newi, and it's a federal government responsibility to do that. Obviously, if the private sector is going to come in as a key partner in SDG implementation, and I note from Her Excellency's paper that the private sector is expected to provide, to generate jobs and also create IGR base for the state government. They need to be duly empowered to be able to achieve this. So are there specific measures rising from this conference that the federal government and the office can actually do to help Anambra State private sector? Because we've had this many times. I'm just trying to, I'm not trying to cut you short, but to be useful if they responded to some of
Can I say two things?
Yeah.
Take, for instance, we have gas reserve down there. Our competitors in Lagos or Ogun, they have gas pipeline. It helps you produce at a very cheaper rate. We have our gas reserve there. I think it's good for them to assist us, if it is possible, to pipe the gas down to our industrial areas here in Anambra, Enugu, Onitsha, Nnewi, and Awka. If we can have such facility, cost of production will go very down.
Thank you. I think Her Excellency wants to say something about this. Your Excellency, we want specific commitment that our private sector can be empowered to help in this.
Thank you. I know that we all know that we have infrastructural deficit, which I mentioned during my remarks. But I think that the federal government is ready, I'm sure, to assist the subnational government to facilitate and to fast track the deficit that we have. Okay, and I think that after this meeting, we will talk to the governor. We'll have a small meeting with the governor on how we can bridge the infrastructural gap that we have. We are talking about Lagos. Lagos is just a state out of the 36, but there are some plans in place to make the environment friendly for the private sector and investors, which we will share with the governor when we finish. Thank God that the governor wants to be like Lagos. We will be like Lagos. We will work with you, and I'm sure the federal government is ready, because there are a lot of things that we should do to assist the private sector to achieve their aim. It is only when the environment is conducive that they can transact their business and create jobs for people. Government alone cannot create jobs for the people of Nigeria. We need the private sector also to create jobs. And there are a lot of opportunity. The private PPP power projects is also available. We can do clusters, we can do agro hubs, we can do solar hubs. There are a lot of opportunity to even create jobs for a lot of people, and we will share it with His Excellency, the governor, after this meeting, and they will look at area where the federal government, there are a lot of opportunity that the federal government can use to support the state, so that the business owner can operate in a very, very friendly environment. Thank you very much.
Sorry, let me invite the Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget. We'll have time to come back to some of you. I want everyone seated around here to be able to say something. The Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, you have the onerous responsibility of ensuring that Anambra State does very well in the implementation of SDG. And I must congratulate you for putting this summit together with your team. Now, in practical times, what kind of, if you like, assistance, because you have an opportunity with the Senior Special Assistant to the President seated here, the UN Resident Coordinator, who is now your good friend, and your taskman, Ben Akabeze. You have three powerful people that can help make your job very easy. So can I invite you first to reflect on what the state is doing to prepare for SDG implementation and the specific needs you'll be calling on the three of them to support the state. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. As it stands today, the whole idea of the SDGs is that it's sustainable, it's inclusive, and it's resilient. So in terms of what we're trying to do in the state, and more specifically in the ministry, is that we would like to do a baseline study, which is extremely important. We must understand where are we on the 169 targets. That's the only way we can plan. And that's the only way we can also monitor any sort of interventions across the 19 ministries and perhaps 8 agencies in the state. So that